Hello everyone and welcome to the Nerds Archive, and today we're going to be having a look at this, which is the 10th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver by Rubbertoe Replicas. Now this Sonic did come out a fair bit of time ago, but I had to basically let go the first time around. I couldn't afford one of these Sonics. I had to just let it go, and that was that, until a good friend of mine was telling me that he had bought two. One of them was for display, the other one was for use. But as we all know with the replicas, is that even though we can buy one with the intention of treating it as a toy, things never work out that way, and we want to preserve it as long as we can. So the one that he opened for playing purposes was eventually left to be on the shelf. So he had two, one which he had never opened before, and one which he now had on display. So he messaged me, he let me know that he was selling it. At the time, I just had enough funds, so I said, what the hell, yeah, let's get one. So I'm no longer one of those guys that had to miss out on a 10th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. The 10th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver alone is just packed with its own unique fan base that's separate to Doctor Who, full of lore and whatnot. There have been so many different versions of this prop replica used for the show that the 10th and 9th Doctor's Sonic itself has just basically got its own group of researchers, fans, creators. I mean, it's not something you realise is going on until you end up getting one of these and you realise how much info and detail there is around it. I believe that this is the 10th Doctor's Sonic that was used in his final series, the Series 4, with the normal slider there. There is, of course, other versions of this Sonic, such as the wide slider and the Aztec. The wide slider is also now available on the Rubbertoe Replicas website, so go over there and check one of them. Check that out if you're interested in one. The wide slider, I think, is mainly the 9th Doctor's Sonic into the 10th, so it's the only Sonic of this version we have that you can accurately say is a 9th Doctor Sonic. So yeah, this thing is absolutely gorgeous and full of detail. It's everything you could possibly want in a 10th Doctor. So for the longest time, the only version of this prop replica you could get was the MFX and the Celestial Toy Store, the CT one, but of course they stopped making their Sonics a good long while ago. So being able to get your hands on a prop replica of this Sonic was a very rare thing, which is why there is just so much information out there about it. Finally, Nick then turned around and said, you know what, I'm going to make a run of tenths, and everyone went mad, and it was so fun at the time to watch everybody get their tenths. Excuse me, to watch everybody get their tenths, and at the same time, yeah, it was a bit disheartening that I had to let it go, as these days I am pretending to be an adult and I have bills to pay. But every now and again you get these nice little windows where, what the hell, I can afford it, let's go for it. Oh yeah, it is a really cool sonic screwdriver. I was able to go to Comic-Con as well with some friends of mine, where I was able to see these up close for the first time, and I knew that if I ever got the chance to get my hands on one, then just do it, because it is a beauty. Here you have the head of the Sonic, which is a beautiful little dome there, way more detail than the toy, and just being able to see like all the machining marks on here where it's been put together by Nick is, God, it's beautiful. I love it. Fits in nicely there. The slider is really nice and smooth as well, and of course you have the yellow wires there that have been twisted like DNA down the neck. Now I know as well that with the other props, the MFX and the CT, bit of dirt on mine there, they do tend to frost up and crack, but I believe that this was wet drilled by Nick. I'm probably getting this wrong as well. So it shouldn't frost up or crack anytime soon. It should last for a very long time. And it is just really nice and smooth. I love it. I love that little knock as the slider hits the end there. Gorgeous. The body of the Sonic is beautiful, sorry. See how it reflects on what we're supposed to see as the settings that you set it up, and you can just see that the Doctor's imagining a little, let's say a little line that follows the slider to where the setting is. So that's supposed to be the settings there, and it's beautiful. This is full metal with crackle paint, so over time you can see here on the Switch, it's starting to fade a bit. So handling this thing over time will cause the paint to fade. So it's best to you can handle it a fair bit, I suppose. I mean, I've handled it a while, but it does spend most of its time on display. But for basically just I'd leave it on display to make it last as long as possible, because I'm very lucky, as the body of my Sonic is actually the last bit of Aleens paint, I believe. I was told that it's Aleens paint. That is the same paint used for the filming of the show on their sonic screwdriver. So when the Aleens ran out, Nick had to use an entirely different paint, which isn't the same tint, the same colour as the one used in the show. So I'm very lucky to have this even more screen accurate prop replica. Gorgeous. And it has two little grub screws there as well. The one at the bottom is used for accessing the batteries. And at the pommel of the Sonic, it's a lovely machined aluminium part there with the cap, which does screw off. Just screw that off. Lovely. And that there is the 3D printed compartment. So turning to the features now, just like all the other Sonic screwdrivers that Nick has made, they do have the sound chip from the toy. The button itself is very easy to press. You just hold it down there and the light will activate with the sounds. Gorgeous. That really does remind me of my childhood, just seeing this thing in action. Takes me back. Also with the sound as well. I mean, this is just a sheer accident, and there is somebody out there who will know the correct scientific word. I'm going to use the word acoustic, that might even be it. Is that when you slide it up, the speaker is in this section here, which when slid down rests in here. So when you slide it, the speaker, which is nicely hidden inside there, is now more visible, so it's really loud. So when the Sonic's extended, it's just naturally louder. So think of the slider as the volume, if you like. Gorgeous. Just as the toy, this also does have the secret sound. So if you press the button 3 times, you have the setting there that Matt Smith used to kill the Cybermat. Pressing the button 4 times, ooh, you have the Sonic either fixing its sound effect, or I like to think of it as welding. I don't know why, but to me that's just what it sounds like it's doing. You have the classic scan noise and the classic hacking noise. Gorgeous. The Sonic also comes with a stand with a beautiful 3D printed part here for it to rest in, which is modelled on the TARDIS of the Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant era, and it's gorgeous. You can see on the stand there is Gallifrey with a lovely frosted blue plate on the top there. The frosted effect I think is very cool. I would have preferred it also on my 11th stand as well, but yeah, I'm not going to complain, I love it. Unfortunately, you can't detach the cable like you can in the 11th, so it's kind of always stuck with the wire. It's just a normal USB cable there which is attached to it. Underneath, on the belly of the Sonic, we have yet again the 10th Doctor Sonic screwdriver by Rubbertoe Replicas, made by Nick Rubbertoe, the legend himself. Mine is number 260 of the run, with probably the best signature from Nick I've got there. It's lovely big signature, as in size wise. It's nice and clear, so yeah, looks really good on the blue, and I do love the blue with the white there. That is class. I'm not sure why it's this logo. It should be the RTD era logo, but at the end of the day, a Doctor Who logo from the Matt Smith era is fair enough. I like it, totally cool. At the end of the day, I suppose this was the logo where Nick started working for the show, so again, I'm not going to complain. Awesome. The stand lights up beautifully. When it's on, you can really see all the Gallifreyan symbols on the inside there. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And then when placing the stand on, the stand seems to take on this kind of completely clear white light emitting from it. So with the blue frosted, it looks absolutely gorgeous to be surrounded by what looks like a field of blue with the Gallifreyan symbols to then rise up into this pure white stand. It looks gorgeous. There are also slight indentations, if you can see them there, on the console. So you do have the option to lie this Sonic completely on its side or stand upright. That was a feature that I didn't realise. I thought a lot of people were taking a risk by balancing it. But when placing the Sonic on the stand there, while vertical, it really is nice and secure. Again, no issues about it moving at all. Something that I completely didn't realise. Looks fantastic, whether it's closed or... When you receive your 10th Doctor Sonic, it arrives in this beautiful tin, which is exactly like the 12th Doctor's tin case, but a slightly bit smaller, because at the end of the day, there is a huge difference between the size of the 10th Doctor's Sonic and the 12th. Simply open the tin here, and you are greeted to, even though it's fell in the top half of the lid, you receive yet another certificate of authenticity from Nick. This one is 260 of 300 with a lovely little signature there. And then you also receive the instruction manual for how to take care, like what's gone into creating it. There it is, how to look after it. Many thanks from Nick Rubbertoe, Doctor Who prop maker, a legend. Your Sonic will also be peeping from you from this section here. All you have to do is very easily, as you can see, just remove this section. And yeah, once again, the Gallifreyan symbols in this thing is beautiful. The stand will be on the inside, the Sonic will be lying here, standing there, Sonic lying here, with the TARDIS console section there. A gorgeous stand, a gorgeous case, sorry, it looks absolutely gorgeous. And if I had the space, without a shadow of doubt, because of this tin alone, I would display all my Sonics in their case. Once again, very similar to the 12th, gorgeous. Comparing the Rubbertoe Sonic to the One Company Sonic, you can clearly see that the One Company did a bang-up job. Apart from some slightly different dimensional differences, the 10th Doctor and the One Company Sonic screwdriver, yep, brilliant. I mean, obviously this is crackle painted and this is carved in plastic, but yep, One Company, absolutely brilliant. Nice one. It looks great next to that. And you can see here while they're extended, the settings is is oh so slightly smaller. The crackle paint stands out more on the Rubbertoe. Yellow wire present. The pommels are slightly different, as I said. Both have very different textures, obviously. Yeah, One Company did a brilliant job. And now we get to this, the Rubbertoe Replicas 10th Doctor Sonic next to the character options toy, and ooh, I mean, yeah, what happened, guys? I mean, did you not know at the time how big the Sonic was? Extending wise, yep, the toy has the black wires on the inside, but the Rubbertoe there has the yellow. Just now, I mean, not bad, I suppose. It definitely is a Sonic screwdriver, but I mean, come on. The button's in the wrong place, the size is ridiculous. I mean, what were you thinking? Why did you do it? But on the whole, yeah, cool. Comparing the 10th Doctor to the other Sonics in its run, its brother, so to speak, though it may be the oldest out of the trio, it is definitely not the largest. It is just completely dwarfed by its two brothers here, whether enclosed or extended. Definitely the smaller, but I suppose that is one of the charms that many people like most about it. To access the batteries on your sonic screwdriver, you may require a very slightly smaller than this screwdriver, but for those of you who have it, the metal screwdriver which came out a while ago does have inside a small enough screwdriver to access the grub screw. Please, please, please be very careful here, as the grub screw may fall off, and as it is quite small, you may lose it. Now, you don't have to take it all the way out, but sometimes it will accidentally fall out. So once you have loosened it there, just unscrew, in fact, extend it just to help it out, and just unscrew the pommel. So then once you have removed the pommel, simply slide the sonic pad down, and there you are greeted to 3 of the LR754 power cell batteries. Takes 3 of those to use. And then on one side you have Rubbertoe carved into the 3D printed battery compartment, and on the other side the 10th Doctor's last words, "I don't want to go." So, do I think this Sonic is worth it? Well, it's a Rubbertoe replica, so of course it's worth it, but the Sonic itself, definitely. I was 9 years old when Doctor Who returned in 2005, and just like the Doctor and just like the TARDIS, I was captivated by this beautiful little device. The idea of a light that can open a door with sounds, you know, and hack into computers, do all sorts of wonderful things, was just absolutely mind-blowing. For me personally, the 11th Doctor's is my favourite, the 12th Doctor's Sonic is just glorious. And then you have this, the 10th Doctor's Sonic, which is just pure nostalgia in every sense of the word. I'm so, so, so happy that I have one. As a young kid, I had so many of the toys of this Sonic, and to now say that, you know, as an adult, I now have an adult version of it. I now have a replica which needs to be looked after, and just, you know, it is a sonic screwdriver. You look at it and you know exactly what it is. So for me, it sits pride of place in my collection. It looks gorgeous in my cabinet with its brothers. It's so fantastic. Thank you so much, Nick, for deciding to make this. I know you didn't design it in the first place, but you know, I've been able to say, let's do it. Let's make this Sonic for everyone is just so amazing of you. Thank you so much, dude. Love it so much. Yeah, I just love it so, so much. Thank you for doing that, mate, and it will be treasured. So here we are, guys. We're at the end of the review, and I love doing these. I wish I could do more of these more often, but you know, life, trying to be an adult and whatnot. I mean, I'd rather be a kid and just spend all day, every day doing this, but you know. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, then please do me a massive favour and hit the like button down below. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more, then please hit the subscribe button, and feel free to go back and check out many of my other videos. Massive, massive thank you to the Invictus archive. I mean, he must be good because archive's in the name. Feel free to head over to his Instagram, where if you like more pictures of sonic screwdriver prop replicas, and even some really cool, clever, ingenious ones, like I'm really jealous of that classic laser you've got there, mate, then head over there. He's a really cool guy, absolute legend. Thank you for letting me know that you were selling this, and thank you for considering me first. I really appreciate it. Nick, you absolutely smashed it yet again with this 10th Doctor Sonic. It's glorious. A fantastic, fantastic replica, which I will treasure with all the others for a very long time. But for now, guys, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe, staying awesome, and I'll see you all very soon. You take care, everyone. Bye-bye.